everybody grazing. Damn patriotic constitutionalist, you asshole. Asked me about a video. You've seen a video, which somebody else had already sent me. Two people had already sent me links to video. Please don't send me links anymore, guys. Pretty please. I beg of you, do not send me links to videos. Only because I generally don't care, but then like curiosity gets the best of me when you send me links. So then, I go over there and watch them and laugh. Yo, what's up, John Matrix? You have this whole shit going on in Cuba right now. There's certain people in the country that have issue with it. So this is going to be a long one. So if the Department of Homeland Security has already said if anybody shows up in boats in Florida from Cuba, they are immediately getting deported. But if they went to Mexico and then jumped the border, they would be fine. Probably not, because they're not Mexican, or Honduran or Salvadorian or whatever. But they would have a better chance if they went that way, which would be a long raft ride going across the whole Gulf. But if they go to Florida, they're just going to get turned around and shipped back. There's certain groups in this country that are well, I don't even know how to say this because they don't even know really what they are. So how the hell am I supposed to know what they are? You're
Right.
talking about. I'm not talking in the live stream. I'm on a live stream.
Oh.
So they don't support what's going on. They don't support the regime, but they support what the people are doing. But their very actions support the regime because that's what's going to happen here. What does it take for I'll give everybody one guess. If I wanted to be a communist dictator, what would I need to impose my will on you? Well, I gotta turn this vibration off. Oh, yeah, my bad. I'm sorry. Well, what does it take to impose my will on you? If I wanted to be a communist dictator, what would it take for me to impose my will on you? To impose communism? If somebody in this country wanted to impose communism on us tomorrow, what would it take? Force. One person doesn't have the force to impose their will on a society. No. They have to hire force. And then they get to a position of power and they create these things called laws. Then the people that enforce those laws are called law enforcement. That's how that works. This person made a video about the deer in the pasture. It was all sweet and shit, just like Guns Coast to Coast videos. He's on Guns nuts. He is on his nuts. I'm not even gonna say the name.
Oh.
But somebody sent me. It's a long story. I wound up getting three. Hey, you need to go watch this. It's funnier than hell. Kind of things. Patriotic constitutionalist did it in. He's like, he asked a question, and I went over there and watched it, and I was like, yeah, okay. But anyway, deer in the pasture, and see the deer in the pasture grazing. It's a lot like the cow. They're actually the same. Little does the deer know, I could kill it right now. Well, the cows graze the way they do because they're in what's called a herd. They've became accustomed to being in a herd, and if you notice, normally there's always about one cow that'll have its head popped up. And they don't just go through the pasture and just grazing away. Normally there's one of them that'll take a peek about what's going on, and that's how they kind of stay safe. Now, when it comes to farmers, they get used to that. It becomes normal to them because the farmer didn't hurt them today. Surely he's not going to hurt them tomorrow. Does that sound familiar? The deer, on the other hand, for the most part. I mean, not all the time, but a lot of the time, they're loners. They'll graze close to the woods, like he said. They'll graze close to the woods, and every now and then they'll peek up their heads and they look around. But little does he know, I could hit him with a bullet right now before he even heard the shot. Well, yeah, motherfucker, but you're cheating. You're using something that the deer's not used to. Go try to catch the deer. Put the gun down. Quit using force, and put the gun down, and then go use your own force on the deer and watch what happens. You're not going to catch him. The grazing cattle, who believe that their protector, the farmer, is their buddy. That's why they chase him around. As long as they see him in the driver's seat or they get used to seeing the truck or the tractor, they run over to him. They applaud him. They say, "Oh, thank you for being my hero." And then he slaughters them. How that happens. The deer, on the other hand, all things equal, you are not going to get that deer. It's not used to you, but you can domesticate deers. My buddy's got domesticated deers, and I can't get in the pen with them because they don't know me. And believe it or not, white-tailed deers are actually really dangerous, the males especially. Those not so much. Males are especially dangerous if they don't know you. Um, like I don't even get in the cage with my buddy's bucks unless he's there standing beside me. That's why I couldn't go in the cage the other day. He was sick, so I can't go in there. But we have all these different people that believe they're against different things. So, example, that this person believes that he is anti-Marxism, he is anti-socialism, he is anti-communism, he is anti-Antifa, but he supports all the same shit that they do. More than anything, like he supports it so much. Like this dude, he walks around with a leather strap, just chewing on it. Swear to God, swear he does. He doesn't really have a lisp. He's got leather stuck in his tooth. What's happening in Cuba today is going to happen here because of the force. The person at the top doesn't matter. The person at the top wouldn't do the shit they do if there wasn't a bunch of immoral pieces of shit. If there wasn't a bunch of immoral pieces of shit willing to execute his will for payment. I mean, it's really simple. It's brilliantly simple. California sucks. That's why it's good.
Cheeseburger.
What's up, Greg? Hey, Raven, California trying to pass universal basic income. It don't surprise me, man. It's all coming, bro. It's all coming, all of it. And no matter how you look at it, I still listen. I've been challenging people for years, ever since I started this channel, to tell me one problem that you have with government that doesn't involve somebody with a badge. Just one. You can't do it. You can't do it because law enforcement enacts the will of government. They're the force. You want to be free? You're only as free as they let you be because they will send their thugs or you'll have some fucking idiot that thinks you owe him something, that you need to do something for him that's already been done all over the internet. Call them on you or some shit. We're about to go into snitch mode. Snitch program. The whole fucking country is. I guarantee they do. Now you have this other shit where, the unvaxxed, they're dangerous. It's a pandemic. The pandemic. Be more run and more up a tree. Run them up a tree don't work, man, because they just jump trees and run back down. I mean, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I just still think it's amazing, especially after the past year and a half, 2 years, that people are still supporting the state hired thugs. It blows my mind, in fact. It blows my mind that people don't see how communism happens. It blows my mind that people don't see that we are a communist country. We're not as bad as Cuba, but it still doesn't take away from the fact that there's communist policies in this country today. You will or else. You can go to work, but then you have to spread the wealth. You will pay the king's ransom or else. You will pay your property taxes, or else. Combo's deadly weapon.
Oh, this is that thing.
Excuse me. Hello, Steph. What's up? Yeah, sometimes, man. Hey, Greg. My bad. Let's look at the comments real quick. It's been arguing with the status. Man, these people have truly lost their mind that the state has centralized power over the people. I've said simply because they are not federal. I read that wrong. I've spent hours trying to argue with statists. Man, these people have truly lost their mind, and that state have centralized power over the people of the said state simply because they are not the federal government. No, they don't. The people have the power. The people always have the last say. The problem is that you have so many people that buy into the statist mindset. Like, according to some people, I'm a statist, right? Because I see a need for government. But it's very fucking small. And like I say all the time, it's over in the corner somewhere where it doesn't bother me. That's how our government was intended to be, but then it's got blown way out of proportion, way out of control. You have generational acceptance where, well, the cops were around when I was born and dad accepted them, so they must be constitutional, legal, or even good for me, right? And they're not, man. Like, force leads to living by the will of the person with the most power. Please call him authoritarian. Please call him authoritarian, not communist. Well, authoritarian. I mean, it's all the same to me, Brian.
What is this?
Whether you're talking about authoritarianism is fine. Totalitarianism, communism, socialism, Marxism, it all falls into the same thing because it all eventually leads to some kind of authoritarian communist society, something like that. So I just throw them all in the same bucket. Like when I say communism, I mean, you could say the same thing as authoritarianism. Why call it like it? Why call it like what it is? We need to vote realists in office and get the ones out of office. Greg, I'm not sure that it would even work, man, because okay, so like take a look at me, just as an example. I'm hated by the Second Amendment community. I'm fucking hated by them. And it's not for any other reason than I call them out for what they are. You know, there's the majority of them that support the very force that executes the rule of the kings on them, and then there's the other people that don't, but they won't say it because of money. What's up, buddy? She's out here.
Right here. What do you need?
I'm sorry, guys. Hang
on. I'm sorry.
You're all right.
What do you need?
He needs his mama. Maybe he don't want to say it on live stream, mama. Hang on a second, buddy. All the same shit happening in Canada. Yeah, Steph, like it's going to happen worldwide. I mean, you seen last week where everybody's talking about this is the first week of the NWO. Like, eventually, that's what's going to happen. But here's why: the lie is so big that it's so big you can't even have a conversation about the lie. I mean, the lie is everywhere. Everything that you know is a lie, especially here in the States. Like here in the States, we're free, right? We ain't free. We are as free as slaves were in the 1830s. They were free to do as they were told, and so are we. We're free to do as we're told. That's fucking it. You cannot, and even to have the basic necessities of life, so water, housing, food, anything, you have to have permission. Medicine, you have to have permission. You go buy land, you got to pay a tax. Then you have to continue to pay that tax every year because you own land there. That's your fucking land. Hell, you got to pay tax on it for. It goes back to the legalities of people selling this country out. That's what it goes back to. It's a total racket. People buy into it. The worst people in this country is. I know how to deal with Antifa. I can deal with those fucks. I know how to deal with. I know how to deal with anybody that is against me. The problem you run into is the people that pretend they're not against you. So you have this country, you have the self-proclaimed patriot movement who support fucking everything they claim to be against. You have look at that deer over there, guy. He's probably gonna screenshot that shit. What? Guarantee it. Let's fuck around. This was nice one. I'm starting to realize that there are people who prefer being controlled because they think it's easy. You're right, Julie. 100%. 100%. It's the way it is. They prefer it. But see, the biggest problem you see today is polarization. A great example of this, and I talked about this again before, so I'm sorry if you've already heard it. The best example of this is look at what happened last summer. Last summer, you seen these fucking cops going out, sorry to cuss, going out into these playgrounds and arresting moms playing with their kids. And what happened then? The so-called right stepped away from supporting the police, right? They backed off from it and started to be against the police, not BLM against, but they started to not support them at least. So what happened after years of being an organization, years, after all the bullshit they've been involved in and stood behind, BLM comes out with, we want to defund the police. And immediately, that fucking quick, everybody on the right forgot all about them pigs arresting those moms and immediately started supporting the police again. Not because the cops did anything to make them want to support them again, but because those people are against them, so that makes them my friend. No, the cops are no one's friends. The cops are domestic fucking terrorists. Those people equate freedom to comfort if they're comfortable with free. Yeah, 100. That's true. That's true. That's true, Rip. 100%. That's true. And it's not. And it's a shame, man. It's a shame. Like I tell people, I was in London, CRC. I did two of my numbers. My first number I did the whole number at CRC, which is Corrections Receiving Center, because I was so short. My last number I did the last end of my number at CRC as a cadre, and I was at Lancaster in London. When I came out of C2 or C1 at CRC, there's like when I walk out of my house, it's the same thing. I couldn't see a fence from there. I was free to go run and jog and play ball and work out, and I could run all over the place. But there was a fence that kept me there. There was people that told me what to do, and I did it, or they would get more of their force, and their force would make me do what they wanted me to do. We're all in a big prison. And just because you can't see the fence, don't think it's not there. I guarantee you it's there. Same thing in London. D2, I'd walk out of D2, I couldn't see the fence from D2. That place is huge. It was there, though. I ran around all day like I was at home. The only difference between being in London and home is my wife and my kids wasn't there. That's what happens when people fall for groups. They want to unite against the powers of the law. Oh, yeah, 100%, Julie. 1,000% they want more police and more control. 1,000%. But it's about that polarization. They know that people are sheep or cattle. They're cattle. That's what they are. They run up to the guy that feeds them, too ignorant to realize that the guy that's feeding them is eventually going to off them. And what's funny is when people make these videos and they talk about shit like this, like they're talking about themselves, but they can't see it because, like just like you said, they buy into that group. Just because that group hates like these people, I'm going to support these people. You've seen it in the last two elections. It wasn't about Trump being the best or Trump doing, anything. The only thing that Trump ever said that, okay, let's look at Trump's campaign promises. He came out as an independent, right? For the first 90 days, he talked about nothing but guns and immigrants. That was it. And then he woke up one day and decided, after waking up after 69 years of being a hardcore socialist Democrat, he woke up and was like, oh, holy shit, I'm an independent. My values just changed in my sleep. I've seen the lights. And then the Republican Party came to him and said, hey, won't you sign on with us? Sign this contract right here saying that you will not run as an independent and we will support you. And he's like, contract? Hell yeah. And he went to sleep that night. And then he woke up and he's like, holy shit, I'm a conservative. If you believe that Donald Trump is a conservative, if you're a straight male, and you believe that Donald Trump is a conservative, you also have to believe that you can wake up tomorrow craving dick. Plain and simple. If you go try to change any 69-year-old's mind about anything, try about one thing. Try about abortion. Try to change a 69-year-old's position on abortion, and watch what happens. You're not going to do it. They're set in their ways. And I've explained before what happened to that election. Trump was thrown in the mix to split the Republican vote. But when he's seen how much support he had, the power went to his head. But either way, you had two Democrats running, so it didn't matter who won. The Democratic Party still won, which they're all the same. Whether today they're all the same. If you go back, to Bush, there's arguable. You can argue that Bush wasn't a Democrat. I would still argue that they're all the same. But in the 2016 election, you voted for a Democrat. They did it through polarization, man. It wasn't about who's best for the country or who's going to do what. It was about not that person. I don't care who wins as long as it ain't that person. And people are just so caught up in the, like you said, in the group shit that they don't see it. It's not about what's true, what's factual, what's best. It's about whatever those people don't like, I like. Whatever they do like, I hate. If BLM came out today and said we support the police, I swear to God, the right would be like, screw the police. They'd be out there scraping freaking thin blue line stickers off their trucks. Swear to God they would. No, I know they would. But they just out there munching on grass and shit, feeling all comfortable. And they're heard. Anything can be domesticated, but even sometimes you have some animals that you domesticate and they're still wild. They still, they do what they want to do, go where they want to go. They'll eat you alive. I had a dog like that. He was domesticated. He was a great dog. Great. My kid would ride him. My kid would ride him around the house like he was a damn horse. And then he wasn't. And it happened that quick. He still had freedom in him. I'm going to do what I want. Ain't nobody going to stop me. That was his thing. He did that to me. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there's some scars. And where's the rest of them at? Right there. On this side. There they are. Probably easier to show you that way, maybe. That's Gotti. That's my memorial of Gotti on my arm. I think you push. Dude, Q is a psych out from hell, man. But look what Trump did. Let's really look at it. What did he promise? Okay, he promised to build a border wall. What did he do? He extended Obama's border wall bullshit. So he didn't do that. He did two things. He did that shitty ass tax bill that he promised, which probably helped you and didn't help me. And what else did he do? Oh, deregulation of industries. Oddly enough, all the industries he deregulated, he could be tied to in some way, or somebody that he knows closely could be tied to. So he really did nothing. He stood up on the stage and said, "I'm the most pro Second Amendment president ever." Take the guns first, due process later.
Mom,
that's what he
yes.
said. I swear I don't hear from my kids until I turn the camera on. Yeah. Never happens.
Like they can't do nothing themselves.
Can't do nothing themselves. As soon as the camera goes on, bam, it's like, let's go mess with mom. He had a 4473 article to show serial numbers on the front page. Yeah, and we know that the ATF is going in FFLs and taking pictures of that shit. I mean, there's video of it out there on the net you can find. But it's about polarization and like Julie said, about grouping people up. People are like cattle. They want to be in a herd. That way they don't have to watch out all the time. They have, everybody in the herd occasionally looks up, and the cattle don't have to look up all the time. You can focus on grazing. And then every now and then he looks around like, yeah, everything's cool. But there are things that cattle are afraid of. Cattle aren't as dumb as you think. The farmer can walk out there and pet him and walk by him, and they won't give him, two looks. But let a wolf go out there and watch what happens. Let a coyote go out there and watch what happens. And there's people that give these examples, but they don't give the whole example of it. They give you the example in their view, but only tell you half the truth. Half the truth. The fire manufacturers and great Henry rifles and shit with Trump 40. Yeah, I know, dude. Valley Echoes, dude, that shit makes me sick. Well, I mean, look at Black Rifle Coffee Company. These fucking idiots The Black Rifle Coffee Company would not exist if not for the people who own guns. That's what I'll call them. They're not a community. They're not a pro anything community. They're people who own guns. Black Rifle Coffee Company would not exist. If you go to Kroger's and there's a Black Rifle Coffee sitting on the shelf, nobody's going to buy the shit. They're going to buy the Folgers every time, guarantee it. Uh, but these assholes, even after they came out and said they don't support Rittenhouse, these assholes continue to buy the shit. They continue to buy it. They're a bunch of fuds, man. They're a bunch of idiots, and they justify it. Well, Kyle Rittenhouse was 17. He shouldn't have had a rifle out there anyway. He knew what was going to happen. Well, he had an inkling of what may happen. That's why he had a rifle to protect himself. And this is a free country, and you have rights, and then you also have the same privileges and immunity in the many states as you do the one state. Who cares? He's 17 years old, got a rifle on. Fuck him. He ain't hurt nobody. Nobody would have got hurt that day if they wouldn't have tried to knock his head off his shoulders with a skateboard to begin with, and then tried to take his rifle. They got what they had coming. And I don't care about all that shit prior to that. I don't care that, and I know, and I do care, but for that, like this, just like this, people want to tie other shit into it. Well, that one guy was a child molester. Yeah. I mean, he did something. Why was he even out of prison? If you touch a kid, you're never going to change. You're a kitty touch motherfucker, man. You cannot change that about people. You cannot change what people are attracted to. Period. You cannot do it. And if you believe that any amount of time will change some shit like that, you're wrong. You can't rehabilitate those fuckers. If they fuck with kids, there should be a life sentence. Period. Period. I don't give a fuck if you get caught sending naked text or you get caught touching a kid. It should be a life sentence because you will never change. And if you're sending pictures today, you will be touching tomorrow. I forgot what I was even talking about now. Remind me. I'm sorry. I just got mad. Rittenhouse.
It's already ready.
He did nothing. What?
It's ready.
Oh, what? Oh, okay. He did nothing wrong. He did what he should have done. He went there with a purpose. Whatever that purpose was, it doesn't matter. It don't matter if he went there to walk circles around the block. It does not matter. He lives in the United States of America. He has rights. He's a human. He was man enough to take care of himself, obviously. His mom and dad dropped his ass off. But when Black Rifle Coffee Company came out and said that, we don't support Rittenhouse, that should have buried that company. They should have fucking buried that company. But, the sheeple, Rittenhouse shouldn't have been out there. Well, he was. Well, he shouldn't have had a rifle.
Yeah, that's what Carlos says.
But he
went out there
did.
because he wanted to use it.
If he wanted to use it, he could have sat on his porch and shoot somebody that drove by. He had to go out there. If they wouldn't have attacked him, nobody would have been harmed that night. It's that simple. But people are too stupid to understand that. And here's what I think's funny. Hey, Rittenhouse, how you like those cops now that you support, dumbass? Where's the good cops at? Where are they at?
Where they at?
$2 million bond. $2 million. And that, just like that shit, you got to pay a ransom now if you go to jail. It's not a bond. The bond's to ensure that you come back to court. His family had no money. They raised $2 million to get him out. And they knew it would get raised. It took some time. It shouldn't have. But it took some time. $2 million between the gun community isn't no money at all. I mean, if everybody put in a dime, that should have been raised overnight. Yet it took months. And now he's out on the street, and they're going to bury that kid. They're going to make a fucking example out of that kid. You know what the self-proclaimed patriots in this country are going to do? Nothing. Watch him go to prison, and then forget about him. If he wasn't out on the streets today, he'd be forgotten about, just like Justin from Auto Key Cards. Forgotten about. The dude's in prison today for you. And I know that you didn't benefit from it. I know that he did benefit from it, and we didn't benefit from it. But he's there because he was exercising a right. And the government said, oh, no. You're not throwing a finger up to us. Because at worst case scenario, absolute worst, you want to call it, Justin threw a finger up to the feds. Worst. Like, ha, you know what I mean? Because it was all within the law. Like, Justin literally made that design and took it to federal lawyers and was like, look, here it is. Is this cool? They're like, yeah. Then when some stink came up about it, he changed the design to a Gen 2, and like the what he got arrested for was no longer being made. Was no longer being made. They had 1,500 something cards, and probably 10 of them was the original Gen 1s where it was a solid line, which it don't matter anyway. It's still not a lightning link. You all broke the law. You know, it's like if I draw a lightning link on the hood of my car, is the hood of my PT Cruiser now a machine gun? No. I would have to go another step and cut it out, and that'd be breaking the law. And that's what they did. And then they want to say he broke the law. It's just some bullshit. But that's what they do. They took these fuckers away, and then people forget about them. They start talking about something else, and people forget about them. They bring up something over here that's more important to you, that's against something you like, and you forget about them. They decide they don't like something, and you're like, ooh, I like that now. And you support your own demise. Authoritarianism, what does it take? Totalitarianism, what does it take? Socialism, what does it take? Marxism, what does it take? Communism, what does it take? Force. All of them. You know, it just blows my mind. Every government in history that has committed atrocities to the societies that it governs has happened at the hands of that government's law enforcement. World War II in Germany. The Gestapo, law enforcement. Redcoats, law enforcement. I want to read some. I wouldn't go as far to call him a patriot, Brian. He's not a patriot. He supports cops. He did what he should have done as a man. He's a man. I would call it, say he's at least a man in that aspect. People call him a patriot, but that doesn't make him a patriot. The community lower ass. He protected himself. That has nothing to do with patriotism. Like Folgers will be brand itself the best for waking up. It's Folgers in your cup. Speaking of which, where's mine? I didn't even take a drink of it. Is it on the car?
Did you even take it with you?
Yeah, I took it with me. I didn't get it back out of the car. Will you grab it?
Yeah.
I think it's behind. I think it's in the cup holder behind the seat.
That's where you put mine.
Here, I'll unlock it. Just like that, though. People call Rittenhouse a patriot. I'm sorry, but he's not a patriot. He is a 17-year-old kid who acted like a man and protected himself. He did what he needed to do. That's what he is. That's what he is. I know a lot of people are going to like that, but that's the truth. Thank you. I get to drink out of my... I know who like this cup. Maybe we ought to send it. Maybe we should send him one.
Yeah.
He won't give us his address.
You found out. People know.
Hmm?
You found out. People
I can
know.
find out yesterday if I want to know, if I really cared. I'm sick of the terminology being... Terminology page was just a... Yeah, right, John Thompson. I don't disagree. I mean, they've watered the term patriot down so much it's meaningless. It really means nothing. It was doing what everybody should be doing it, protecting the community. Right, Raven. Well, I mean, in that moment, he was protecting him, though. Those people were the community. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of them were. Some of them were, came in from out of town, but a lot of those people were in the community. But that shit just all stems from the atmosphere that we live in today. This mindset that, oh, these people don't like this thing, so I do. And in the end, BLM, Antifa, they call them socialists, I call them communists, in this country want more policing forces. Look what's going on in I think I posted it to, might have been Patreon. Go check it out. Patreon's free. If you want to donate to the channel, you can. If not, don't worry about it. It's free. I don't keep any of that money. That money goes to people who needs it. And, I save it up. And if somebody gets hurt or something, then it goes to them. But anyway, there was some kind of press conference. So apparently in Minneapolis, when they called to defund the police, there were some people in places that hired private security. Now, if I live in my home, if I hire private security to keep my home and my property secure, I'm giving them the authority to take the liberty to defend my property up to and including deadly force. These people were complaining about this. They're like, oh, this is wrong. It's unconstitutional. And
It's illegal. No, it's not. Don't go on their fucking property. You ain't got to worry about it. These dudes, they were saying that they were mercenaries and paramilitary groups. It's simple. Don't go on their property. You don't own the property. Don't go on the property. And that's what they were saying. They were like, when we go on these property, they beat somebody up. Well, I mean, don't go on their property because it's that simple. But now we're having where we can't go on public property. You can't. You don't have the freedom to assemble. You don't have the freedom of speech anymore. There's not a right to a free press. I mean, look. When I tried to film my son's the sentencing of the what they did to kill my son, they wouldn't let me in there, even though they know that I have a YouTube channel. They know that I'm media. We had an hour-long conversation during court with the court packed full of shit about this, and then when it come to the day, they wouldn't let me film it. But they let Channel 19 in as they were hassling me about my camera and shit, telling me I'd take it to the car. I held the door for the Channel 19 guy. He didn't even stop at security. He walked right through. I was like, you don't even stop him and check him? They're like, he's here every day. I'm like, fuck, I'm here all the time too, dude.
Don't go crazy and do it one day.
Right. But aside from fun by Rothschilds and shit, dude, that shit's been happening. Raven Ray, that shit's been happening since at least the War of 1812. At least. Oh. I knew what was really going on. I'm not saying those men weren't brave. They were definitely brave, but I want a logical answer, not emotional. Hold on, let's see what you're talking about. How was storming Normandy protecting the USA? I thought we fought the wrong enemy. It wasn't. It wasn't protecting the USA, and I don't agree with it. I don't agree with and like here's the truth. We don't know what really happened over there, guys. We know what we're told happened. The winner writes history, and that's what's unfortunate about history. I'm completely against our troops going overseas and fighting wars, man. I've made that clear 1,000 times. I just stopped those Nazis, though, or they would have taken over. Yeah, no, you'd be speaking German right now if it wasn't for Papaw. The only military the only military forces that could even possibly still be alive today that had defended your freedom in any way was those who fought the Japanese. That's it. But yeah, like I'm an anti. Or Saturday, Jonathan Picone's going to be on here Saturday. I called him today. I'm like, hey man, I wanted to do a live stream with you, but I want to talk about some stuff that might make you uncomfortable. But I want to give you a heads up. I said, either way, I want to have you on, but I would like to talk about this stuff because there's not a lot of people that will talk about it. Do you want to do it? And he's like, fuck yeah, let's do it. So that's what we're doing. As you know, Jonathan Picone was in the military. He was in Ramadi in 2005. And he now sees what he was used as. His exact words are, I was used as an NWO puppet. 100% it's his words. So we're going to go through it. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. We're going to talk about him, his life, why he joined the military, what happened in the military, what he thinks the military is, what he's seen, why he thinks vets are killing themselves, all that stuff. We're going down the whole rabbit hole. We got 60 minutes to do it, though, so we're going to have to kind of do it hurry. So we only got from 5 to 6 that day, which is 4 to 5 his time. So 5 p.m. Eastern time, Saturday, Jonathan Picone is going to be on here. It's going to be a good one. Don't 34-hour restart here. Dude, the 34-hour restarts are retarded, Greg. That's the stupidest shit in the world, man. Like, just like that. Regulation. Federal regulation screwing you. Not only you got to give them your money, they get to tell you when you can drive and shit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. You should be able to drive anytime you want. And then if you wreck because you didn't sleep enough, you fall asleep at the wheel and hurt somebody, and then you got to suffer the consequences of that, which shouldn't be the consequences you suffer today. That's a different topic. But that bullshit that we can tell you what you can and can't drive, you got 14 hours on, 11 hours of driving, 34-hour restart every 70 hours or whatever it is. It's bullshit. Picone's a good dude, man. I like Picone. He's funny. What is that? What's what? Oh, 34-hour restart. So every 70 hours? Every 70 hours of drive time, I think it's 8 days, if I'm not sure. I could be wrong about this. Every so often, truck drivers have to not drive for 34 hours straight. That's what it boils down to. Like Greg's an over-the-road trucker, so once he hits that amount of hours in so many days, he has to shut his truck down for 34 hours. And I mean that, which is bullshit. That's 2 days of driving for him normally. He can normally put in 22 hours of driving in that 34 hours. So if he drove 11 hours, he was like, what is it? 14. You're allowed 14 hours of work, 11 hours of driving in a day, right, Greg? And then 70 hours a week, 70 hours in an 8-day period. Is that what it is? There is 60 and 70 hour rule. Right, there's all kinds of rules, man, but there shouldn't be rules like that. It's bullshit. That is impeding on your right to life, liberty, and happiness. That is government fucking with you. It's wrong. It shouldn't happen. But we see it everywhere. You see it in every industry. Yeah, e-logs are bullshit too. 100% they are, but it's about control. It's about putting the thumb down on the man. And who enforces it? Who does this? The politicians doing it? Is the politicians at the fucking truck stops enforcing that shit? Are they at the way stations looking at your e-logs? No. Thoughts on royal containment plans? I knew it was coming. Tech T, somebody sent me that last night. So apparently they watched the video. They sent me, and I looked through it. I read the article, and if you're talking about the article, I think the dude in the article, I'm not saying it's not true by any means, but the way he made it sound in the article is it's not exactly true. You know what I mean? Because if you look at the training programs, it's like, what if there was a natural disaster or a pandemic or like mass casualties in a rural area? Now, he in that article he made it sound like they were going to go rounding people up or some shit. I mean, maybe they are. Maybe really that's what it's for. I wish he would have wrote the article though and been 100% truthful about it. And then, I mean, it's coming. It's coming, dude. Eventually, it is. 100% is coming. 11 hours drive time, 14-hour maximum in a flyer. In a flyer you punch out, you have to have a 10-hour reset. Right. So you have to have 10-hour reset every day. But how many hours can you drive? What is it? 70 hours in an 8-day period, or 60 hours in a 7-day period. And then you have to have a 34-hour reset. Right. I forget, dude. It's been so long. Yeah, paper logs are better. I don't disagree because you can fudge the paper logs. Fuck the truck driving school I went to taught us how to fudge our logs. I swear to God, I swear on my life, it was part of my class. We spent like a week on it.
Wow.
You don't remember that?
No.
Yeah. There's someone that had paper logs. It was in 2006-ish, 2007. I like to go back and get my CDLs again. I don't think the wife would let me drive over the road though.
What do you mean I wouldn't let you?
You want me to be gone all the time?
No, but you said I wouldn't let you.
I want to drive for a company with trucks every stop and go on the trucks. I think they all do that now, Alexander. I don't know. No branches like the Department of Public Safety, DOT, the Constitution provides us the branches legislators, but all that bureaucracies are not in the Constitution. Yeah, well, I mean, there's more than a fourth branch too, man. I mean, the enforcement arm of government. Like, it's just as screwed up. And it's going to continue to get screwed up. It's going to continue to be worse. I talked yesterday or this morning, one of the two about, I think it was last night, about Elon Musk. This dude has the nerve, like these people really believe they're above you. He has the nerve to talk about your carbon footprint when this fucker is building rockets in California. Now I think they're building them in Texas. Trucking them on semis. So let's think about this. All the carbon footprint of building the rocket. So you're talking about mining the ore for every metallic part that's in that thing. Mining the ore for all the machines to condense the oxygen and shit and the hydrogen or whatever they're using for fuel. Then all the machinery to put them on the trucks, to all the machinery that it took to build the trucks, all the carbon footprint for that. Then they truck them across the country. Then they how big is the carbon footprint for one rocket to be shot off, like completely, for what it takes from start to finish? What's the true carbon footprint? So for every machine that makes parts that goes into that rocket, for everything, all the way for all the parts, all the machines, or shit, all the carbon footprint for the machines it takes to build the building that's built in, everything. I would like to know the carbon footprint of that. And this fucker's just shoot rockets into space, shooting cars and shit in space with fake dudes driving them, so some alien will find them one day. And now you got Jeff Bezos Dude, you can pay to take a ride to space. Yeah, fucking right. I ain't paying no money to sit on top of a damn 40-ton bomb. You got me fucked up. You're high. Concentrated working for government contracts as a plant armed guard to working as a bodyguard. I was constantly watched with a magnifying glass, even when I wasn't working for you. Yeah, and you'll probably continue to be watched. I got a buddy that was in the military, and he swears up and down like government's watching all the They're afraid of us. I'm like, dude, you're fucking high. They don't care about you. They know that if they call you right now, you can do whatever they told you to do. You're a soft bitch. 12. Dude, I can't. I don't read. I can't. What? Old HSF veteran who got 12 years for redressing the corrupt judgment. Oh yeah, what was that dude's name? I forget that dude's name. Fuck DDS. I know who you're talking about though. But there was a little more to it than that, man. I don't think he should have got 12 years by any means. Don't think that. But it wasn't just like he was readdressing his grievances. I think he fuck didn't he actually call the dude and threaten his life and show up at his house and shit. Not to mention the exhaust. Yeah, well, I don't think there's too much exhaust. I don't think there's too much of a carbon footprint from the exhaust. It's burning. Well, I mean, I guess it is because it's carbon based. I guess I don't know how that works. I'm not for sure how the liquid oxygen and how much of carbon footprint liquid oxygen and hydrogen have is what, and that's what I think they use. So take water is plenty of food. Right, they were trying to say where was it? South America or something? Like the amount of CO2 produced by something. It had something to do with the jungles. It was something crazy, and I was like, "You are fucking high." Jungles love CO2. This is what makes them beautiful. Try federal permits for guiding offshore. You gotta have federal permits to guide offshore. Why is that? You're not in. You're how far offshore are you going? I mean, after 11 miles, you're in international waters. Why you need a federal permit? That's some bullshit. CO2 is not polluted to the CO2 water. Yeah, right. I don't disagree, man. Those vehicles don't weigh 8,000 pounds. We drive those trucks so people can have their shit in stores. Yeah, no doubt, right, Greg? Well, what's crazy about it is that sometimes you will get a load that should, that that you could haul. You could fit 110,000 on the truck, but they won't let you. But you go to Canada, and the same fucking truck's hauling 110,000, but you can't do it here because it's not safe. Bullshit. It's government doing this shit um, with your industry, man, and it happens in every industry. My boy nurse back in school learning diesel mechanics and working slave jobs. Well, that's cool. The diesel mechanics is a 20 grand for a federal permit. Just like that, man. Bullshit. You have to pay in order to prosper in this country. And I know there's a lot of people that make it. They make it. And I like more power to them. I'm happy for those people. I truly am. But I think a lot more people would make it if the permit processes wasn't the way they are. Shit like that. But, I got to get this truck out here fixed. Once I get it fixed, I'm going to work for myself. I got to sell my house first, though. I got to go in here and paint here in a minute. We got behind because of the roof. Last week, I was supposed to be on the market last week. We got behind because of the roof. We're hoping to have it done by next Friday. That is my goal, to have it done. And then get it on the market and get it sold. And then we don't know what we're going to do. Probably try to get 45 days to move out if we can. They probably won't. They probably want 30. So in that 30 days, I got to fix the truck. I got to find a place to live. I got to fix my car. Get all this shit out of here. Put it somewhere. I think I'm going to put it at your house, Greg. I think I'm going to bring 4-wheelers down to Tennessee. I'll throw a barn up or something real quick and just stick them in your yard. That's where rival was. Have something rival can come down there. Okay. You have to have permits for being away. Well, why? Why, Greg? Why should you have to have permits? And then you got to have, if you got to have permits to be overweight, don't you also have to have, like safety cars? The solar panel companies are getting good contracts to destroy huge parts of the wilderness on federal land. Oh, right, 100% brass tar. They just put. Have you seen them? You went out there with me and Trey went out there. They they put miles, man. I'm talking. There must be 5 miles of solar panels out here in the sticks where we live at. Well, where I used to live at, out here by my brother's house.
I thought you did see that the other day.
It wasn't the other day. It was a couple months ago. Yeah, I think you were. I think you were with me.
And you were doing it live, I think, at the time, showing everybody.
Was I?
I think.
Yeah, I think I did too.
I don't know.
I just mentioned it. Are you required to pay capital gains tax on money from a home sale? It depends. I won't have to pay capital gains because I forget why. My house is still in my mom's name, but she knows she won't have to pay capital gains.
We better make sure she puts it up for the right price.
It will be. She's just signing the paperwork. I'm doing everything else.
No. I'm talking about. Oh, you're just talking to me just now?
No, I was talking to. Yeah, I was talking to you. Yeah.
Because if he sold his house for that much, and basically, literally, our house is the exact same except for it's upstairs and downstairs. There's his upstairs and downstairs, same amount of bedrooms.
We know what we're going to put it up for, and we're hoping that it goes for more. I mean, like today, people are offering $10,000 more off the rip, so that's what we're going to try to do. We know we want it to sell for it, but it may not. I mean, it may sell for $20,000 less than we want.
Nah.
Whatever it sells for, we have to work with. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, I know.
We're leaving. We're getting out of here.
No,
If
I
you
know.
own it for 2 years or more than making
I'm completely confident because of what
right.
they
Okay,
said
Toffee
about
Coker. There you go. So she's owned it for 8 years now, 9 years, 10 years, something like that. I don't know. She's owned it for a bunch of years, more than 2. So the problem is going to become: can she give me $70,000 or whatever it is, whatever that amount is that we make off the house? And it's not 70,000. I just said that number, but whatever it is she going to be able to give that? How is she going to give that to me without us having to pay taxes on it? Well, here's what I said. I said we'll stick it in a bank account. Well, we'll start a bank account, both of our names on it, and just give me the card. Put it on house on Zillow also. My cousin's a realtor, Missy Johnson. So we're gonna let her sell it. Just easy that way. 175,000 my two-year house, carport included.
Oh, I just never seen that.
If you own it for 2 years. Oh no, I'm not buying your house, Greg. I'm just gonna store all my shit at your house. That way, when everything goes south,
No, T said we could have the house and she wants the camper. It'd be easier to clean, she said.
Yeah, T's like, y'all can come down here, stay in the house. Me and Greg can stay in the camper. It's easier to clean, but you got to keep the dogs in the house.
Yeah. Gotta keep the dogs.
I don't know, man. I just think that it really blows my mind going back to what this started about. Oh no, I know, Greg. It blows my mind that people they talk about shit and then they are the very thing they talk about. They are the cattle grazing. They are the ones that don't see what's coming. This windmills are relied on the environment. There's no way.
We all have mental illnesses or past drug problems and
yeah, I mean, fossil fuels, man. Like, I think people are worried about things that don't matter. If they're, this is a big conversation because a lot of things come into it. The biggest problem we have is that we ensure the survival of those who won't ensure their own survival in this world, which in our country especially is not based on freedom. If I have to ensure your survival, I'm not free to live my life. That impedes my ability to prosper. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Yeah, I can still do it. Then I got to give you 20% of that. No bullshit. Most of those more carpenters, they're here. They're here, but it's cheaper. It's cheaper to make it in China and ship it over here than it is to make it here. And there's a lot to do with that, man. A lot of that shit was purposefully done. A lot of it has to do with, the demise of the dollar, the petrodollar. There's all kinds of things that fall into that deal with that. But it was done intentionally. I've got a truck tent and air mattress. That's my truck might open rear slider window light. Let me see. That's what I want. Oh, sometime in August, dude. Well, you gonna sell your house? What about your old lady and shit? You taking her with you? You duct taping her and throwing her in the closet? 16 ships put out more pollutes as cars in the world. Yeah, I think it's less than 16 ships, man. Ain't there? What was it? Was it the super carriers or the carnival ships? I've seen that. I've seen what you're talking about. I've seen that that documentary on that. It's a good documentary. Oh no, what a documentary was it? Wait, what was it? Was it the thing I posted about the dude with the that got fined $22,000 for taking the EGR shit off of the Ford trucks in his shop? Looking for the problem. Really. Oh, I know John Rice. But here's the thing, though. If somebody offers me close to what I want, and it's less than what I want, we'll probably take it. And I'm only saying that because I don't want to have a chance to get out of here and then miss it and something happen. I think that we're in a pretty fragile state in this country that we can wake up tomorrow and the stock market could crash. Um, and I've been stressing about that for the last 2 months, man. Am I going to be able to get it done before the market crashes? What I'm really hoping happens is that we sell it and then shortly after that the market crashes. It has to. It's got to. There's no way around it. Like if economically, if you look at everything, there's no way that the market can stay the same much longer. Oh, you're going to put your $6,000 on 20 plus if you got out of the state water. Why? How does the federal government have any jurisdiction over the international waters? You got 11 miles. It's international waters, ain't it? What is their power? Yeah, I don't disagree. It is, man. It is their power, and people need to, you know, I don't know. I just hope that enough people hear the message, and enough people decide. You know, like wherever we move to, there's already two other families besides us that are moving. They're like, wherever you go, that's where we're going. Like they generally don't give a shit. They know that where they're at is not the place. They know what I want, and I guess it's just easier for me. They want to create a community, and I don't know. That's what we're doing, and they're coming. Like 3 weeks. Both of them say give us 3 weeks after you're there because they rent their houses and stuff. Fellows down here skateboarders for getting fined for exceeding the speed limit. We live in a day. What? What are you talking about, Rip? I don't know anything about that. Downhill skateboarders are getting fined for speeding. They're not in a motorized vehicle. To full advantage of my truck. That's why I get a camera. Well, I mean, you can still have full advantage. Right, you can still have full advantage of your truck with I gotta get this truck fixed, man. It's just it's a lot of money. It's really not a lot of money. I could probably fix it for $2,500, but it's here. I don't have to pay for it right now. My buddy said just whatever, pay me when you get the money. So like I could pay him 2 years from now and he wouldn't care, because I really don't want to take the money that we sell the house and invest it in a truck, and I have to have a truck. I should have already had a truck, just things didn't work out that way. So now I just got to come up with the money to fix that thing, and I really need to do it now before we even sell the house because I need it. I could already be making money, but it is what it is. Takes time. Takes time to make shit happen. Yep. You can get a drunk driving charge on a bicycle, which is bullshit. It's not a motorized vehicle. That's bullshit. I've heard of people getting drunk DUIs on like lawnmowers and shit because they're motorized. I think if somebody tried to give me a DUI for riding a bicycle, it'd be all bad. They're not motorized vehicles can exceed 60 miles an hour. Well, I mean that's fine, Rip, but they're still not motorized though. You know what I mean? Like how much? It's retarded, dude. It's retarded. What's going on now? Oh, nothing, man, Frank. Same shit, different day. Watching the cattle graze. Watching the cattle gaze. Watching the cattle gaze.
The cattle gaze.
The cattle gaze. I don't know, man. I'm going to jump off here. I got to get to work on this house. I'm going to here paint this bathroom ceiling, and Tomorrow World maybe cry like a girl. I've never seen Tomorrow World.
Never what?
Tomorrow World War. Ain't that with Tom Cruise? Is that the one with Tom Cruise and the little girl? Have a nice day, buddy. Yeah, y'all have a good day too. Hey, what's up, Tommy D? You just missed it. I'm getting ready to jump off here, man. Good video about Ralph Paul. Thanks. Oh no, thank you, man. I think it's a trip. Hopefully, man, hopefully he just gets sick of shit and starts letting it all out there. I think that it might fuck him though in the end. I mean, think about that. Fauci got caught in a dead lie. Dead lie. He knew he got caught in a lie. That's why he couldn't go back on it, so he doubled down on it, dude. Fucked up. But they ain't gonna do nothing to it, man, because he pushes the narrative. But then again, is it just operating while intoxicated? Well, they call it something different everywhere, Greg. In Ohio, it's called DUI, drinking under or driving under the influence, and then there's OVI in Kentucky, operating a vehicle under the influence. You know, like operation of vehicle under the influence. Then they have it's called something different in every state. In Ohio, it's called DUI. I'm working on it. Go chicken food. Sweet Killdozer. What about Killdozer? I did a Killdozer hoodie, a Freedom Killdozer hoodie before.
Trader's got one, or Silas one.
Before Teespring took my store down. There was about, I don't know, maybe 10 people that got them, maybe including 2 of them are ours. It had Killdozer on the front of it and said unreasonable men. Sometimes, what to say? Sometimes reasonable men have to do unreasonable things. And then on the back it said free to make real big. You know, sell this for a few months. No shit. You're welcome to come up here, man. Come over here and you can. I'll put you to work, buddy. We'll get you out here painting this house. I need the outside done. Come on. I mean, what are you waiting on? I got a big ass couch in there for you. Well, they can't think of a more dishonest person than Fauci. Oh, I can. I mean, Fauci is it dishonest? Is it? Well, I guess it is dishonesty, but he's getting paid to do it. You know, they're lining his pockets deep. I mean, that dude, his lineage until the end of mankind, ain't going to have to worry about money for what he's done. But then there's I can't stand the people that are dishonest to themselves. Those are the worst ones. I can deal with a liar. It's hard to deal with somebody that's dishonest with himself, though, man. The whole country's retarded. Well, most of the country, about 99.5%, maybe a little greater. I think there's, you know, 0.1% of the country who actually wants to be free, left alone, sees the problems, and knows the solution, but you can't get anybody on board. Yeah, but you can't even talk about really doing anything anymore. You don't have the right to not consent anymore. You don't have the right to abolish or change your government. You are a slave to this government. Period. Why? Anybody want to guess? I'll give you one guess. Just one guess. I'll give you a hint. It involves a badge and a gun. And a bunch of, hey, I'm 60. Just paid off my mortgage. Don't really have to work full time anymore and live in New Jersey. Where should I go? Thinking about Montana, Wyoming. I don't know, Brian R. I don't know. It just depends on what you want, buddy. You know, that's a you thing. I mean, if you know, some people, the place they need to go is in Alaska. Some people is in Tennessee. We don't know. We were going to go to West Tennessee. We were pretty dead set on it, and some things happened, and we just kind of decided, you know what, we might just jump in the car. We're going to get a camper. I got to get my truck fixed, or this truck fixed, and I got to make it my truck. And we're going to just find that place. Like, we're literally going to go and state to state and do whatever, and knock on doors and try to find like-minded people. And then, you know, I don't know. I mean, unless you intentionally move around people that are like-minded. So there's a place in, I forget what it's called, Arkhaven. Pastor Joe Fox was selling some realty the other day. He's a realtor now, apparently. And I had to watch it. Like, people send me videos and they know that they're going to catch me. Please don't ask me about videos or send me videos of other people that are morons. Because then it gets me, like, it catches my interest and I, like, become like a cat. I'm curious. Because especially when they say, you got to watch this. And there's a place called, like, Arkhaven or something. So this company, I guess, bought a bunch of land, like, apparently thousands of acres. And they're selling it to like-minded people. Come out of her, my people. So apparently you have to be it's really weird because I think it's almost like he's a Hebrew Israelite. I mean, he kicks it with what's the one? Downing, whatever his name is. Kicks it with him sometimes. So who knows? Maybe he is a Hebrew Israelite. I don't know. But anyway, they're supposedly doing some shit like that, man. But I don't trust those people. I don't know. I have weird opinions about things. A lot of people don't agree with them. Some people do. If you want to live your life and do what you do, and I want to sit over here and do what I do, and if we have problems, maybe I can help you out. And if I have a problem, maybe you can help me out. Like, you know, you mow the grass, I do the roof or whatever. That we should move next to each other. If not, fucking, I don't know, bud. Like one of bootlickers support the worker. They do. Twiggy Bones, 100%. He's a bizarre Zio Christian Shofarian. Yeah, no shit. Pop feed Coco. He's a salesman from hell. 100%. He could sell some. He could sell some flashlights. He could sell some T-shirts, some books. He could sell some medical kits. Now he's selling land. He sells Jesus more than anything. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Jesus said, if you don't send me $3 for a cup of coffee, it's just a cup of coffee, then you're going to hell. Your place in hell is already there. Send me $3. Jesus told me if I told you that this truck needs fixed, and if you don't send me every extra penny you have, he has a special place in hell for you today. Hallelujah. See you in hell. I'm just kidding. I want to get 100% playing. But that's kind of what he does. And then behind him over here, he doesn't say like, hey guys, I make about $20,000 a month off Patreon. You got 6,000 Patreon members. 6,000. Think about that. I've had it with salesmen. Yeah, I know, man. Like the only time I have for salesmen now is to make fun of them. The goat herders, the sheep, the salesmen, man, just make fun of all of them. Fuck them. Can I have an amen? Hallelujah, amen, brother. The amount of your donation is the amount of your salvation. Yeah. Oh, Ken, I want to use that. That's why I'm gonna make a shirt with that on it. The amount of your donation is the amount of your salvation, evil sinners. I know what I am. I have it tattooed on me. I am. Joe Fox, Stephen Crumley. Constitution as good as gone as far as everything is right now. Well, I mean, yes and no. I mean, the Constitution was meant to be enforced by the people. The people can't enforce the Constitution because the government force will arrest your ass. You know, that's the glitch in the matrix right there. If we enforce the Constitution, the politicians wouldn't do the shit they do. We can't enforce it though because they have insulated themselves to the repercussions they should face with these fucking, state hired thugs. And then it's not just I didn't think of it. I stole it. I like it. I'm gonna steal it too. What do you say?
I sent it to you.
The amount of your donation is the amount of your salvation, you evil sinners. That's funny shit. I swear to God, that's funny. And like, I get it, guys. Like, people gotta make money. I get it. 100%. I get it. I get it. I get it. I don't get selling Jesus at all. Zero. Zilch. I don't get lying to make money. Like, I understand if you put a lot of work and effort and shit into YouTube, especially the people that do editing. Editing takes a long time. Especially like for me, like I don't know nothing about it. It took me 10 hours to edit a video. It took me about 3 or 4 hours to edit that video from when we went to Columbus for a Separation Day. And I really didn't even do too much editing. I just put shit, like cut it and then put another piece in there. But these dudes that make big bucks, man, off of YouTube. People said I was lying about how much people make off YouTube. CRS did a video with Dark from Dark Like Dugan a couple weeks ago. And in it, he said, if you have 3,000 subs and you do it right, you can be making 10 grand a month off YouTube. He's like, but I didn't do it right. He said at 70,000 subs, I could have retired and made one video a week for the rest of my life and been retired, been fine. He's like, but it wasn't enough. So he's at 120,000.
Totally off subject, but you were talking about video editing and stuff.
Yeah.
John's dude, Brandon.
Yeah.
He went up into the Tennessee mountains, found a carnival, did all these cool ass videos. A carnival completely left, grown over, a train, like all kinds of shit. I want to go up there and see it.
Where's that?
Up in the Tennessee mountains. I don't know. I asked, but I didn't
That
know
helps.
see if he responded. And he probably responded because he only has a couple. You know what I mean? He doesn't have like a whole bunch.
Oh, I bet I know where it's at. I think I know where it's at.
I would love to see that.
Put it on Google abandoned theme park, Tennessee. What bank? Bank for buck fishing rod do you recommend? What's the Glock 19 of fishing rods? Or are they all the same? Oh, don't be one of them. Faith is free, religion costs. Yes, yeah, that's true. Too many people sleep in those. They are, man. Well, I mean, it's not that they sleep. They see what's going on. They know what's going on. They just don't understand the dynamic of it. They don't understand how things have happened and why. And I'm not saying that I understand everything, but there are certain things I definitely understand, like policing forces. I understand. I understand that force, keyword force. I understand that without force, shit like authoritarianism, totalitarianism, communism, socialism, Marxism, all those things take force in order to happen. It's just some dude that says, "Hey, I want to be a dictator." Okay, and 30 million or 300 million people is going to listen to me? No, it takes force. So I have to have funds to fund this force because immoral men are willing to commit immoral acts for money, man. But then you have the suckers that suck on their Peters. What? Yeah. We have the suckers that suck on their Peter and chew on leather. Like you hear them lisping. You hear them lisping, guys. And they say,
I don't think it'll show it. Like it
some
shows like famous
songs,
ones, but
songs are made the blue note, the gray note. The blue note ties the song together.
every time I hear that though.
The gay note makes it right. When I was young, it was zip code 33 real. We, the people, should replace the police. Oh, I don't disagree with you. The police should be abolished. It should be community-based policing. It should be responsible for your own life and property in the communities. And in the community, it should just be, like you should be responsible for your own life and property. I gotta run, guys. I got to go to you guys can kick it with me if you want for about 20 more minutes, but we're going to be driving down the road, and it's going to be loud because I am a poor guy, so I don't have air conditioning in my car. I gotta buy some air conditioning parts for it, and I just haven't done it. And I haven't done it because not enough of you believe in Jesus. You don't. You need to. You don't respect your salvation. The price of salvation today is $35. The PayPal. For just $35, you can guarantee your place in the gates of heaven. You can help the children's of my nonprofit, where I make a six-figure income as the CEO, but I'm not going to tell you that. Donate to Freedom House. It's my nonprofit that I profit from. Uh-oh. I dropped you. I'm sorry. But I'm not going to tell you that I profit from it, because that would fuck it up and you wouldn't send me no money. I'm just playing, guys. I'm completely playing. Don't take it serious. Like, people sometimes take me serious. I had some female the other day said that you mention your vehicles being broke because you want people to send you money to fix them. I'm like, you're tripping, bitch. If I wanted people to send me money to fix my truck or my car, I'd be like, hey, my shit's fucked up and I need some money. We can raise it for me, or I can go borrow it off somebody. Hopefully, anybody got some money you can loan me? I won't be able to pay it back for years, but I need $2,500. I could probably make it happen. I bet somebody would. I bet somebody would step up. At least I would hope. As many people as I fucking help. Actually, I got a lottery ticket right here the other day. I had $5 in my pocket, and I didn't even know how to buy a lottery ticket the other day. I got a Powerball ticket. It could be millions, guys. It could be millions. Shit, if it's disconnected to the battery terminal, I think it makes sound bad. Shit, if I disconnect the battery terminal, I can make sound bad and make money from it. What, Twiggy? God wants a Porsche. He wants me to drive for him. Oh man, Jesus wants my dually fixed so I can drive around and spread the word of Christ, y'all. Like I can't stand that, man. I can't stand that people use Jesus like. That's cool. If religion's your thing, do a channel about religion. But when you tie these other things into it, like your business, or your mountain, or your books, or your memorabilia, your merchandise, or whatever it is, you need Jesus to help your shit. Your shit probably really isn't that good. It's probably really not that good. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do a dually fundraiser. We need to raise the money to wrap the dually with Jesus' picture. And he's black Jesus with blue eyes.
Um, transvestite Jesus with blue eyes and black. Yashu, no Jesus. Yeah. Whatever they call him. I thought it was Yahshua original. I thought it was Yahshua, then changed to Yashu under Hebrew, and then it became something else here. Anyone got an original unedited Bible? I got no time to read King's words. No one has an original unedited Bible, Crazy Dave, which poses my problem with the Bible. Shit, I've already read that. So you should come up to TA at North Bend today and meet up with Greg. Not too far away. Oh, is Greg in Washington today, Crazy? Y'all meeting up today? I just seen your bag, baby. Look, it's hanging right there by my helmet. By my welding helmet. Oh, great. Hey, I don't remember you getting it back in the car with it.
I had to buy stuff at the
Store? Did you leave it at the store? Oh my God, here we go. Holy shit. Oh.
I need it, now I just don't have it.
If you lost our money, I'm murdering you.
Our money.
Yes.
I don't know what in there.
Like I said, if you lost our money, I'm murdering you.
Where could it be at? It doesn't make any sense.
I bet it's right in front of our faces. She's lost her. She's lost her little baggie. Her little bag thing she carries around. Well, let's think about what she did. She came in here. She went inside. I set my ass there. I turned this on. I don't know. It was right there. I remember seeing it earlier. Welcome to my life, guys. Welcome to my life. It's somewheres. Somewhere under the rainbow. I really wanted to do away with this. I really want to put it in the wall, man. I just don't want to do the extra work. Because I would have to fix the... Oh, well, shit, you scared the hell out of me, puppy dogs. Okay, here you go. You guys want to be on film? Say hey, Peppa dogs. Say hey, Diesel. Oh, back up. Let's see you. Diesel, no, but back up. She just flipped the comments on my phone with her tongue. Quit licking the damn phone, silly. Oh, there's Nova by my ear, and there's Diesel. Come here, Diesel. Come here, Diesels. Come here, Diesel. Nova, quit jumping on him. Watch this, watch it. He does that shit every time, man. It's funnier than hell. Him is such a good boy. Him loves singing with Daddy, don't he? Him such a good puppy dogs. Him is. Oh, he's a good boy.
Where it could be at. Let's
Calm
go.
down. No, you gotta find it before we leave. What if it's
Do I need it for
No,
anything?
you don't need it for anything. But did you leave it at the store?
No, I had it wrapped around me.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You're positive?
I'm positive.
Okay. So what did you do when you came inside? Should I pick my nose on?
I took them outside. There it is.
There you go. You found it. Voila.
Oh, Jesus, are you serious?
Oh, man.
They did that. That was her.
Uh,
That was her dumb ass. There you go.
hold on.
One and two.
I got a phone in my hand. I can
Yeah.
sweep. If you hold this, I can sweep it. My dogs, for some reason, like to chew shit up. And even when you tell them no, and they're bad, and they look at you like they will never do it again,
Just like that.
they still do it. And I don't know where they keep finding the paper and shit at. Like there's shit strung out all across my backyard, and I don't even know where they're finding it at.
Get back up there.
What's in that right there? That blue tub? Is that garbage?
I'm not positive.
I think it's garbage.
It
I haven't
could be
seen.
empty.
When's the last time you've opened it?
When we cleared off the porch.
What?
Months ago.
Months ago. So we don't need it. It's going to the garbage. Again, I got that lawnmower running. Has anybody ever seen an electric start Craftsman lawnmower?
Come on.
I know. Hold on. I was going to show you this and see if anybody's ever seen it. So, the neighbors down the street moved out and they threw away their lawnmower and they threw away their pressure washer. So you can't see it. Hold on. Went and got the lawnmower. Ta-da! But it's electric start. You push this and it's supposed to start it, but I need a battery charger for it. Has anybody ever seen those? I've never used it. I mean, I got it running. It didn't run, but I got it running. It had bad gas in it, and
Need a spark plug and some other things, but I got it running. Come on.
Come on over.
$5. Come on, get in here. Hey, move, Diesel. Move.
No.
No fighting, you two.
Watch these little boys and girls.
There's kitty babies. Hey, kitty babies.
He thinks he's coming out.
Kitty babies. Say hi. Say hi, Titty.
Want to take him for a ride?
The dogs? Yeah, we don't have.
Won't even walk outside.
What do you need collars for?
Hilarious.
What's going to be collars for when we take them for a walk? You need to start going for walks.
Well, they run out there, but yeah.
Well, I know, but they need to
Get
start
her out of
going
his
for-
bowl.
Hey,
She was in it.
get out of there, puppy dog. Why you shake your whole butt when you shake your tail, Diesel?
But yet she'll sit there and guard hers and growl at him.
Yeah.
Come on, he thinks he's gonna come out here.
Hey, Nova, no. Get in there. Inside. What was I talking about? And only joined the Freedom Cult in Tennessee if there are dogs running everywhere. Dude, that's the plan. I love to let my dogs run. I don't like keeping them inside. I mean, I like keeping them inside for the fact they can come in and cool down and shit. But I want them to be able to run outside. Yeah, like we're dog people. I love dogs. I even love mean dogs. My dog that tried to eat me, I try to keep. Hey, grab my wallet. Thank you. Yeah, there's gonna be dogs everywhere. What are we talking about? Gotta have dogs. It's gonna be our alarm system, dude. We're gonna be off grid. You're gonna be able to have freaking.
Thank you. Here's this too.
Now, whatever. ADT. We got ADT.
Oh.
I got a pit bull that loves other dogs. My pit bull loved people, man. He loved other dogs too, and then he did that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it. He was wired wrong though. It wasn't that he was
Something's
a pit.
wrong.
It wasn't that he was a pit bull. He was seriously wired wrong. Something was really wrong with him. Like we knew it as soon as we got him because you would try to pet him when he was eating. You do the petting thing, and he'd be like.
But it originally started. Remember when we asked him? But he was 8 or 9 weeks when we got him.
He was a baby when we got him, so we thought we could train it out of him. No.
But the guy said that he was fighting for food from the cats. Remember?
Yeah, right.
So I wonder if that really messed him up that whole time.
It probably did.
I mean, for real.
A lot of it had to do with food. Anytime there was food out,
That was it.
it was it. You had to put him in a cage. At nighttime, he would try to. If you walked in the same room with him at nighttime, he would try to attack you through the cage. Like we're really good to our dogs, man. Like really, really good to our dogs. Our dogs
Our kids.
are our kids. We treat, you know what I mean? We treat them like our kids. We love our doggies. They're my doggies.
I don't.
I mean, look how big those fuckers are. They're still jumping up in my bed at night and sleeping. We screwed up by letting them sleep in the bed, but they're puppy dogs. They're fun to lay with. They lay there and they snuggle with you and keep you warm and shit. And now they're big asses. Jump in bed. They can jump in the bed now. They figured out how to get on the bed. So we got a what's that bed called? We got a sleep number. We got a sleep number bed, and they figured out how to jump up on it super high. I don't know, man. I really don't have anything else to
No,
talk
he would
talk
eat you
about.
over your own food, whether you gave it to him or
Yeah.
anything. Like you
His
couldn't
food
have it
was-
around.
Yeah, you just couldn't have food around him in general. What was crazy though is I would take him to Walmart on a leash. He'd walk up to little babies and shit and lick them. Completely cool until he wasn't, man. It was weird. So much wire wrong. But you guys ain't gonna be able to hear me. I really don't have anything else to talk about. In Jesus' name, we pray that I get a ticket lottery ticket.
Did already do it.
In Jesus' name, we pray this lottery ticket is a winner. I'm just kidding.
So
I
what
would
day
never do
was
that.
this?
I don't know. I bought it the other day.
For the 21st.
You should see me trying to buy a lottery ticket.
It's for today.
Oh, I'm like, what's that? No power play. I said I wanted everything. I wanted to give me the works.
I was gonna ask if you got it, and I saw it now.
Oh, that bitch. How
Wonder
much
if
is it
you
gonna
got
fuck me
it.
up?
Wonder if you got it. And
I know, I'll
messaged
be
you all up
pissed.
over that.
Now you
Better
need
go
to
back in there to her and tell her, hey, you didn't put this on
so
there.
I need to drive 40 miles. Going to be simpler is to buy it again.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we'll do then. Just take them in town to copy it. We'll buy it again.
You're gonna copy the exact numbers.
Yeah.
You're that confident.
Yes. I'm that confident that I'm going to win because I never play the lottery. So it's going to be like beginner's luck.
Top feed says, dear Lord, if you are real, please let me find a bag of money.
Yeah, Jesus don't answer prayers like that, man. You can't
He does
be,
on his time.
You can't be selfish with prayers. You can't. And that's why I get so pissed about people talking about Jesus and selling their fucking bullshit. Because I feel like that's what they're doing. And like I'm not even a religious person.
spiritual, yeah, but like religious, no. I just can't. I can't stand. Like I said, there's no difference in what that fucker does and me literally saying. See, but he just don't say it.
Twiggy says a money clip of 10 G's. There's night vision.
Man, if I could just win $30,000, I could get dual nods. I could get a dual nod set up. I could get them all. I could get my dually fixed. I could probably buy a dually. Huh. In Jesus' name we pray. Yeah, like, and they don't tell. Hey, my dad's calling. I gotta call him back. I gotta get off here anyway, guys. Y'all have a good day. I'm gonna answer some phone calls to my dad. Have a good day.